the home of one of the world's most powerful royal dynasties, the Habsburgs. At their peak, the imperial family's branches spread across Central Europe, and for 350 years, Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, Austria, was their main summer residence. Its 1,441 rooms have played host to some of Europe's most influential figures and events, making Schönbrunn one of the world's greatest palaces. Marie Antoinette, Mozart, and Napoleon Bonaparte, just a few of the famous names who have walked the corridors of this breathtaking building. Starting life as a hunting lodge, after a major renovation, Schönbrunn Palace became the home of the Habsburg monarchy between 1569 and 1918. Bobby Titmarsh moved from the UK to Vienna over 3 decades ago and has never looked back.
Schönbrunn for me, is my life. I started to work in Schönbrunn in 1974, basically as a guide. So I've seen the paintings from the front, from the back, from the side. I know where the cobwebs are. I know Schönbrunn inside out. And it's become my home to a certain extent. It's just become part of my life. And for me, definitely something special.
Schönbrunn holds many engineering secrets. In 1744, architect Nicolaus Becassi turned the former hunting lodge into a palace fit for royalty by designing a clever way of keeping the servants separate from the imperial family.
In this room, you can see one of the largest stoves in Schönbrunn. All of the stoves were stoked from the other side. To stoke the stoves, the servants would have had to go through that door, or through doors like this, into the corridor to get to the back of the stove. And those corridors were used by the servants so that they could do their work, but they were also used by members of the imperial family so that they could bypass the rooms. So if the emperor was standing in one of these rooms, you wouldn't be able to walk through the room. Even if you were the crown prince, you would have to bypass the room by using the doors on the left-hand side. I like to compare the system that we've got to that in England. In the stately homes in England, you have a system of upstairs and downstairs. So the family lived in the rooms on the first floor or second floor, whereas the servants were in the basement below. In Schönbrunn, we've got the same system, but we've got inside and outside. All of the rooms that were used by the imperial family have got their windows on the outside of the building, whereas the rooms and the corridors on the inside of the building have got their windows on the inner courtyards. So all of the work was done on the other side of these walls, and the family was completely undisturbed.